Enchanted update number 52. And of course, I am Uhfgood, and I'm building a 2D point and click adventure game in Blender and Armory3D. And today I just wanted to answer, or I wanted to let you know what was going on since the last video. So it turns out that possibly the whole navmesh thing is broken, possibly. Don't know that for a fact. So I posted this blend file in the forums, the Armory3D forums. You can go armory3d.org, and then on the GitHub, the Armory3D GitHub, there is a place to flag an issue or to create a ticket or whatever, so somebody can actually look at that. So I'll probably be doing that in a day or two. I'm just gonna see if anybody else can look at my blend file and see what's going on. But if it's a problem with them, it's a problem they might have broken it on this latest update. So we'll have to wait and see. Until then, I guess I don't need to work on this. I wish I could say that I have some other stuff to work on. I've got stuff on the game to work on that I can work on, but as far as this programming stuff, I still Blender and all that. I still need to learn the Armory UI. It's a little 2D. It's a little user interface that has buttons and radio boxes and stuff like that. UI stuff, and it's capable of showing 2D graphics. And I'm going to be designing a pie menu like I was originally. In fact, I could tell you a little bit more about that. You probably remember an older video that I did a month back or something, or maybe a few weeks back, a few videos back, I don't remember. And I actually went to my old website, and I did actually talk about it just a little bit. So we could actually, here, let's close both things of Blender here. We could actually talk a little bit about that here. Just, I know it's another kind of like a filler video. Partly because, actually, let's see if I can do something here about the brightness and all that. So let's actually bring the brightness down a little bit, just so that the glare isn't so pronounced. We'll leave it at 60%. We'll return. Do this again. We'll do that again. I know you don't see what I'm doing here. I'm just adjusting brightness and contrast settings of my monitor so that let's see here, so that there isn't as much of a glare on my face, and my face doesn't look so blue. So let's go ahead and drop that down a little bit too. About 60. That'll be alright. And then let's return. And then it's got something called blue light, which I'm not sure. Let's see what it does. 50%. That's kind of interesting. If I turn it off, you can see the blue glare. If I turn it off, then you don't see it. And then we have various levels of... That's interesting. I could use that, I suppose. It doesn't look that great to me, but it might make my face look a little less, blue. a little less odd. So I'll leave it like this for a little bit. It'll probably start, it'll look weird at first, and then I'll get used to it, and then I'll look at my other thing and everything will look blue, and that'll be fun. Okay, so in any case, let's go to gamesafoot.com. I wonder if I have any. Okay, so Pong Adventure. I guess that's got to be my older game dev blog. So let's go back to map editor. That was when I was doing like a platformer. Back to the drawing board, back to the keyboard, blah blah blah. Here, I'll just give you an idea of what this is. This was done on Xbox. It was XNA, or the Xbox, you know, the indie thing, and Dream Build and Play using the XNA framework for the Xbox 360, or the 360, I think. And it was a game that I was working on. In fact, I had worked on a different variation of the game later. That's not what I want to do. I need to go to specifically to Enchanted Lands here. Graphics tablet update. Where's the deal about the pie menus or the radial menus? Previous entries. 100-hour challenge was just like a dumb thing that I was trying, and I failed miserably, so end of story. No, it must be in the newer. Let's go back to the, not the old dev. There we go. Let's go to Enchanted Lands specifically. And there we go. And here, I'll give you a... Oh, I got a video so you can actually see what's going on here. It probably shows... But if you notice here, right? You drag it from the center. And it will do particular action. Like that. And then when you let go, it moves the character. See, I did have it working to a certain point. What's weird is that I don't know if it's actually doing any see, the thing is it should go to where you clicked at first, right? Anyways, this is just giving you a little demonstration of what the user interface was supposed to do. So okay, so let me go back, and I know I'm kind of disjointed here because I'm just watching this and just remembering what I was doing. But so basically, you would have a, here, let's rewind that back and let's pause. So let's say you wanted to click on this ball here. It's supposed to be like a crystal ball or something. I don't remember exactly. But let's say it's an object you can click on and you want to look at it. So what you do is you click or tap once, and it will select it and it will move to that position, or it will move to the position near the deal. However, if you click and dragged it, you'd be, let's see here. Let me go right? You click and drag it on whatever you're doing, and you let's say that instead of the use or the interaction but option, you clicked on look. So you clicked on look, and you click on something like look at or whatever, and so you basically you click and you drag it up this ways and you let go. And what happens is it selects one of these little options that's in the look option, and it will execute that particular command, right? So the theory is that you be able to instinctively just click, drag, let go. You know, the same thing with the tapping. And in fact, this should work with a single button mouse, and it should work with tapping a touchscreen, because you can only do one tap in there. You know, you can't. I mean, you can double tap, of course, but you don't have the option of doing like multiple buttons and stuff, unless you do like on screen, you know, buttons with the multi-touch. I mean, yeah, they have the multi-touch now and stuff, so potentially could actually use that. But the idea was this would work in all things. And at the time, I was even thinking of doing a Flash version of my game, and so that could only use the left mouse button. So if I get this working, this would work on every kind of system, as long as you can interact with one click or tap. It could even potentially work with the keyboard, although this is not a keyboard-specific interface, where you move your cursor and then you probably have hotkeys to move you between objects, or to move a cursor, and then just to do all the different options. So the keyboard interface for this, the keyboard substitute for this, would probably be completely different than a classic, you know, type in the text or you know, move the arrow keys. But in any case, it's meant to work with one tap. So you tap it once and let go in the center mostly. But if you just tap it and let off of it, it will just move there. If you tap it and drag it, of course, it will tab, drag, let go. It will automatically do the option that's under the cursor, under the line, and you won't even have to see it if you get used to it. The theory is, if you get used to it, it's really easy, because all you have to do is just, you know, you're tapping, you're dragging, or whatever. And then, of course, also the other thing is you could potentially click, if it's based on letting up to do anything, you could click once. No, if it's based on lighting up on it, okay. So basically, you tap on it. It moves. You tap, drag, let go. It moves, and it does the action. If you hold down, that's right, I was going to say, if you hold down in this dead zone area here, the center, then the menu will pop up, so that way the menu doesn't go away when you're trying to select something. So you can do that to kind of get used to the controls. So at first, you won't be clicking and dragging. At first, you'll just be holding down the dealie. It pops up, and then you get to choose your option. And so, this is going to be, I guess, an extra long video this time. But I just want to explain why I wanted to do this interface. So the first thing I already mentioned was that I wanted it to work with one button, one finger, one click. And then the other thing is, I wanted to give you back some of the freedom of choice that you had when you're playing the old text adventures, or when you're playing the early Sierra Online games, King's Quest and Space Quest and Leisure Suit Larry and those. You type in stuff, and sometimes you type in funny junk just to see if it has a response. Because at a certain point, in the early days, they didn't have much room, but later on, they had more room, and so they could put in funny responses and certain things. And so I was like, well, what could provide me with that kind of flexibility, that fun that I used to have in when putting stuff in, or having the multiple choices that I could actually look under table, or you know look behind something or whatever, uh, but still have the ease of use of the point and click interface, right? So when I learned about the pie menus, supposedly the idea is that they're faster and they're more intuitive. So eventually you get used to it. You'll just be able to like click, 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 and just do it. And so that's what I'm planning on implementing in the future. But right now, I guess that's going to be the end of the video, because this is an extra long one this time, which I didn't mean to. And I guess I will see you in the next video.